It sounds like you are completely fed up with the current podcast landscape, and New Heights, hosted by Travis and Jason Kelce, is clearly at the top of your list. You are definitely not alone in feeling this way. A lot of people feel the medium has become oversaturated and exhausting. Here is a breakdown of why so many podcasts, and New Heights in particular, face this kind of backlash. The two guys with microphones epidemic. The barrier to entry is basically zero. Anyone with an internet connection can start a show, leading to an endless stream of unedited, unstructured conversations where people state opinions as facts. Insane overcommercialization. It is tough to get through a 60-minute episode without being hit by 4 different ad breaks selling the exact same meal kits, VPNs, or mental health apps. The clickbait economy. Many podcasts aren't even designed to be listened to in full anymore. They are built to generate provocative, 30-second TikTok or Instagram reels to farm outrage and engagement. Zero editing. True audio documentaries or tightly scripted shows take work. Instead, the market is flooded with raw, 3-hour chatfests that desperately need a ruthless editor to cut out the fluff. Overexposure fatigue. Between Travis Kelce's NFL career, his massive relationship in the pop culture world, Jason's post-retirement media blitz, and their constant commercials, people are simply experiencing Kelce burnout. The podcast feels like an extension of an inescapable marketing machine. The inside joke filler. If you aren't deeply invested in their specific family dynamics, childhood stories, or locker room banter, large chunks of the episodes can feel incredibly self-indulgent and slow. Surface-level sports analysis. Despite both being absolute legends on the field, the show leans way more into pop culture, lifestyle, and casual banter than deep, XSNOS football strategy. True tape grinders find it lacking in real substance. Corporate sanitization. Because they are massive brands with huge NFL ties and corporate sponsorships, they rarely offer truly unfiltered, controversial, or raw takes on league politics. It stays safely in the realm of friendly, corporate-approved entertainment. If you dig a layer deeper, the frustration with the current state of media runs even formatting-wise and structurally into how these shows operate. Here is more on why the modern podcast industry feels so broken, and why New Heights specifically triggers that "this is garbage" reaction for so many. The death of the guest interview. It used to be that podcasters interviewed interesting authors, scientists, or experts. Now, the podcast circuit is just an endless human centipede of influencers interviewing other influencers to cross-pollinate their follow accounts. No one has anything new to say, they are just trading audiences. The parasocial trap. Podcasts excel at making you feel like you are hanging out with friends. But critics argue this has created a lazy relationship where hosts don't actually have to prepare good content. They just rely on their listeners being lonely enough or invested enough in their personalities to tune in regardless of the quality. The visual medium takeover. Podcasts were meant for your ears while you commute or do dishes. Now that everything is filmed for YouTube with multicam setups and neon signs, the audio quality and pacing are sacrificed for visual aesthetics and goofy facial expressions meant for thumbnails. When New Heights signed its massive $100 million Amazon Wondery deal, it cemented itself as the poster child for a specific type of corporate media that drives traditional sports and entertainment fans crazy. The $100 million conformity. Once a podcast gets a 9-figure deal, it stops being a passion project and becomes a corporate asset. Every segment is reverse-engineered by producers to satisfy demographic metrics, algorithm trends, and shareholders. The charm of two brothers shooting the breeze is replaced by calculated corporate syndication. The Swiftie pivot. Let's be real, a massive chunk of the show's post-2023 pivot was catering to a demographic that doesn't actually care about standard football. For core NFL fans who wanted to hear about pass-blocking schemes or defensive rotations, watching the greatest center of his generation debate pop music or relationship trivia felt like a total betrayal of substance. Infinite length, zero nutrition, episodes routinely crossed the 2-hour mark. In that time, you might get 15 minutes of genuinely unique NFL insight, buried under 45 minutes of reading fan art, 30 minutes of ad reads, and an hour of aimless lifestyle chat. It is the audio equivalent of eating a giant bag of cotton candy, huge volume, zero substance. Manufactured authenticity, the show sells itself on being raw and unfiltered, but it is highly produced. Every joke is clipped, every laugh is timed for social media optimization, and any truly spicy NFL gossip is locked down by PR teams before the mics even turn on. It feels like a corporate board meeting dressed up in a tank top and a baseball cap. And that's a wrap on today's video. If you enjoyed this, a like goes a long way in supporting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.